we're going to be building this. It is a tray for Santa Claus on Christmas Eve. You can leave your milk and cookies and carrots. It's great for children to get ready and excited for Santa Claus coming that evening. We had a custom order for this. This one happens to be in French. But we liked it so much that we made another one because we already had it designed. And that's what we're going to be making today. Is this one here in French. Future we'll be making some English ones. But for today, we're just going to do this one. And we're going to show you how it's not going to be a step-by-step, in-depth type of tutorial type of video. Today it's really just a matter of showing you how we make it, going through the steps quickly. Once you know how to use the software and the machine, how easy it can be. I know not everybody has a laser machine, but some might have smaller ones and you can do the same thing. So I won't hold you up any further, so let's get making. All right, let's get some wood. So we got our wood pile here, mixed with particle board and MDF and everything else, because we don't like to throw anything away. So I'm going to make this out of pine. That's our maple. We have some pine boards here. These are 10 inches. We got some 12, but those are nice. Got a nice texture to it. And then we have a piece right here. And I think we do have a long enough section here to use, and if we just have to use that knot, that's fine too. So let's get to the chop saw. Chop saw and give it a quick cut down to 15.5 inches, if I remember correctly. Okay, we're going to do the planer now. I usually don't like to do short pieces like this. If I was going to do a mass production, I'd probably do a few boards at a time, full lengths, but just for this video reasons, I'm just going to do one. Should be fine. I'll get it planed and then we'll sand it down. So let's get to planing. Turn on the vacuum. Sanding. Alright, so we're ready for sanding, but what I noticed is I probably need to do some adjustments on my planer because it ended up taking, of course that happens a lot, taking the knot out, but it also took a good chunk of wood on each end, so there's definitely something wrong with my adjustments on the planer. It hasn't been doing that before, although again I know this board was warped too. Again, usually with the longer board I could prep it better, but for this one, we'll fix it. I got an idea. I'm probably just going to bevel the edges on this board just so that it gives a bit of a unique look to it compared to the other ones, which is fine. And this, I'm just going to leave it there. I'll probably just sand it out. It's just going to give it some more character, as we say. But I'll sand it down first, and then we'll move on to fixing I'll make a bevel on it. All right. I'm just going to use the orbital sander. This is a 120. Get that prepped. And then this side, because it is pretty rough, I'm going to actually use the flat master to get it nice and smooth, because it is a little bit, it's going to take a little bit too long with the orbital and it'll be all over the place, so I'm going to use the flat master to get it nice and flat. to get the table saw ready for putting the bevel on the bottom of the wood to fix. I'll put it at about I don't think 45. I'm just going to look at what I think might look nice. I'm thinking 20 degrees would be good. A good angle. Nothing doesn't have to be perfect for this. Anything works as long as it looks good, and it is good. All right, let's get cut. I set the blade and I've set the distance so that it's just going to leave about approximately a quarter inch. Again, I'm not measuring, I'm just going by eyeball and what I think will look nice. So it'll be a quarter inch straight and then beveled down. So we'll give that a go. Start up the saw, start up the dust collector, not the vacuum. So that turned out pretty nice. I think I might have to do this for all of them now. Actually, it looks better than the original. So I do have to sand this knot out just to get it a little bit smoother, and this little spot here. So I'll do that with the orbital sander again, just to get it nice and smooth. And then before we laser, I'll make the holes. Just again, if I mess up, then I didn't do the whole lasering and engraving, and then have to start over. So I'll make sure I make any huge mistakes first. That can be rectified before I do the actual engraving. So we'll do that next. Nice and smooth. I'll wait till later to do the top edge to make it smooth. So next I'll just drill the holes for the handles, get that ready. With the other tray we made, I actually made a template of where to put the holes to make things a little bit easier. So I'll just drill the holes using this template. Right here, nothing too fancy. I'll just mark it first. Into the bench, that's okay too. All right, I'm now just going to do some countersink this side. There. All right, prep is done. Now off to the laser. The laser, I have to find the center because we don't have a camera for this laser yet. Maybe we'll get one at some point, but for now we're just going to do it. Our reference point will be the center of the board. I'll use tape here just so I don't mark the wood in case I forget to sand it back to where I need it to be. Alright, now we'll place it inside the laser. I won't turn it on yet because it gets kind of noisy. We'll set it there. And I'm going to use, make sure everything's squared up here. There. I got these little magnets. Helps to set them in place. So if I was doing a whole bunch of them, I'd have the magnets set in place and just keep changing board one after the other. As we go, we don't have to do this. I wouldn't have to measure each one of them. There we go. Hold them in place as well. I'll turn it on. It'll zero in, and then we'll move over, and then we'll go over to the software and I'll show you how that works there. And actually, I'll take this. I'll leave it there for now to make sure it zeroes into the right place. Bring it up as well because it's too far away. This is our zero in measurement for the Z-axis. Bring it up and see. Good. Actually, I have to go back. There. Good. And this just makes sure that the focal point is right just below the surface of the wood. So that makes it the cleanest cut as possible. Now I can take this tape off, zero it in, and I'll set that as the origin. And I'll set for that as the center. So now we'll move over to the software and load up the program so that it starts cutting. Okay, so we're heading over to the computer now. First of all, I have to put my glasses on because I'm getting old. So we use a software called Lightburn. So we'll just open that up. And we actually did the design on Canva. I'll open that up if we have connection today. All right. Open up Canva. So just to show you how quickly we can do this. And this is the one here, 15.5 by 11.5. We already made the design here in Canva. Go through the software in another video. This one is the one that was personalized, and this one is the one that's not. But we had the handles in there, picture, so we'll go with this one, which is page number 3. So I'll download that just to show you how quick it can be. We'll download this one on the computer, and then we'll go to Lightburn, and now I'm going to open that, import that file. That's the one we just downloaded. So it comes in here as an image. Oh, this is the English one, sorry. Okay, delete that. I didn't even notice it was English. Go back, do the French one. I'll take the handles off, I don't want the handles. So we'll try this again. We just want current page. Current page, down. We'll get there. Downloaded. Try this again. I'll support it so we can actually see it. So this is the French one, I think. Yes. So there we go. So now this is an image. It's not ready for laser yet. So what we have to do is choose that. And then we go to our trace image. And you can play around with it a little bit, but the last time I did it, it worked out perfect. So I'm not going to play with it. You can get left with just the outlines of the image. So you can delete the actual image, and we have ourselves the outline of what we want to burn. Again, the reference point is this little green spot, which is actually the center, which is over here. So this little green spot is the center of that image, which is also the center of the board. So if we go here, I'll highlight everything that we want to engrave. And we have the settings. We have the speed at which, how fast the lens moves at 300 and millimeters per second. And then the power, we have it at 30% because we don't want to burn right through the wood. We just want to leave it engraved. So we're at 30%. We'll just zoom in on the laser. I'll do a frame just to make sure it looks good, that the placement is right. Just again, just to double check. And then we'll start burning.
Action time.
It's good. It's inside the handlebars, about an inch away from the edge. Looks good. All right, now we're ready for engraving. Now before we clear coat it, we'll just spray with some water just to raise the grain, do a little bit of sanding, get it nice and smooth, both sides, and then also do a little bit of sanding of the edges just to make it a little bit smoother. Then we'll clear coat it and put the handles on, and that'll be it. So let's just put the water on. Just a little spray bottle, get it all nice and wet. That side. This is just okay. So now we did the water spray. We re-sanded it a bit, get it nice and smooth. And now it's time to put on a little bit of shellac so that it's food safe. We use the shellac base. Not that you're going to eat off of it, but if you're putting food on and you do eat it, at least it's a little bit safer. All right, so let's just put that on. I usually just do the edges first. And my can is starting to get empty. There's some not too thick. We'll do a few coats of this. Let's see, my can is of course getting to the end, so to do the new one after. And that should be good for this coat. I'll just empty my nozzle. All right. So we'll probably do about 3 or 4 coats of that. It's good in about 15-20 minutes. We can sand it again and do another coat and then do the other side. So it goes pretty quick. Usually we'll do like 4 or 5 at a time and just keep rotating until they're done, but this is just a one-off. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this quick rundown of how we make this little tray for Santa Claus. For future videos, we'll go into more details about how the laser works and the software and the other equipment that we use here in the shop. So if you really like that kind of stuff and you enjoyed this video, of course, first hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to get see other videos that we make, again, with the other equipment and other things and other exciting projects that we'll be making here at the Workbench. Thanks for watching.